was 14 years old, I used to love sitting by the bleachers of my high school field just so I could watch the boys playing soccer. Why? Because there was nothing more exciting and there was nothing like passion than what I saw on that field. And I so desperately wanted to be part of it. But I wasn't. And how do I explain your love for something even if you're not doing it? Alright, can I get a show of hands from the audience? How many of you have ever had the feeling of having a crush before? Just a crush. You know, if you're not raising your hand up right now, either you're lying or that person's sitting next to you. In that case, like... no crush. So most of you, right? So you know that feeling where you know everything about your crush just by observation, and you really want to approach them, but you can't. You're too hesitant? Well, yeah. At 14, I realized I had a crush, but not on a person. On playing soccer with the boys in my high school. I watched it every day. I knew the passes and the tackles he was playing, but I was too hesitant to go up and ask why. Because unlike your crush, where your friends tell you, go talk to him or go talk to her, no one was going to tell me, Nikita, go play soccer with friends. No, not where I grew up. Because I grew up in the Middle East, a country that is so conservative that we're not taught that boys and girls can mix, rarely, and can ever even play a sport together. Because I grew up in a traditional Indian household, where the very thought of me playing a sport or mixing with the opposite gender, I mean, does anyone have a traditional Indian mom? Rules, curfew, no boys, don't break them. I broke them, don't break them. I'm kidding. But I really, really wanted to play. And as I sat there every single day, I realized, hey, if I don't get up right now, I never will. And that one moment, no one was stopping. No one was physically stopping me from getting up, so I got up. I got up and I marched to the center of the field, and everyone stopped playing. I had 40 boys stop mid-game and stare at me. Boy, was I scared as shit. The captain came right up to me with the ball, and I asked, can I play? And no one said anything. And there was dead, like 10 seconds of silence, but I asked one more time, can I play? And what he said next has not left my mind to today. He asked me one question. Well, can you? He wasn't asking me if I knew how to play by the rules. He knew. I didn't know how to play. I'm pretty sure he knew it. He was asking me if I had the courage and the determination to prove that I belonged on that field if I was given the chance. He wasn't challenging me. He was telling me the truth. Because we were in the Middle East, and this was no longer about soccer. And he passed the ball, and I kicked it back. And I played that day, and the next, and for the rest of the week, and for the next few months, every single day. And I loved every second. And I don't have too many pictures, because I had a Nokia at 14, no camera, but I found a few that I can share with you. So there was a lot to learn, right? There were all boys in that field, there was a lot to learn. So I used to wake up at 7:40 a.m. every morning, put my shoes on, bike to school, train for an hour, play in break, play in lunch, play after school, and all the way till like curfew. That meant about 6 hours of playing every single day. In Dubai is about 100 degrees in summer and fall, Fahrenheit. But I wasn't alone. I had these guys. And yes, that's me in the corner. Really dorky one. No, that's not Photoshop. Ask my floor mates. It took me 2 hours to even look like this. That's I know it. Yeah. Besides the point. The point is I met the most amazing people doing this. Why? Because to make bonds with people while playing a sport together is an unmatched experience. And believe me when I say they were amazing. If you still don't believe I was crazy about it, this was my room at 16. Sweet 16 room. Yeah. But at this point, my mom was like, you know what? I'm done. Do what you want. I give up. Okay, I have 2 sons. But I'm not joking. I'm quoting my mom. She's like, I had a son and a daughter, now I have 2 sons. But these are jokes. I mean, it took a long time for my parents to even be supportive. A long time for them to understand their daughter wasn't going through some phase or something. That she was genuinely passionate and she cared about what she was doing. She was willing to put in the hours and effort. And it all started when I was willing to prove it, right? I was willing to put in that effort. It's gonna happen. There's gonna be resistance and you're gonna have to show some initial amount of effort towards something. But those months of learning how to play soccer, those months of playing, taught me some of the most amazing lessons in life. Those which I'd like to share. Rules of the game. Rule number 1. Keep your eye on the goal. So when my best friend at the time, Hamza, taught me how to shoot and pass, he said, Nikita, when you find your goal and it's in front of you, don't look at the ball. I was like, what? He's like, don't look at the ball. Yeah, I know. Does anyone play soccer here? Everyone, hands up, hands up. Yeah, you don't look at the ball. It's just, I didn't know that. He said, look at the goal. Look at what you want and shoot. As if you really want something. Pretend like there's 7 seconds left on the clock and you're 1 point away. Put all your energy, positively and certainly into what you want to achieve, and you will. Keep your eye on the goal. Rule number 2. Don't be afraid to ask for the ball. Trust me, don't. Because you'll never know till you ask. And like I was saying, it's going to take an initial amount of effort and energy before you can even ask and get some result. But don't be afraid to ask for the ball, because opportunities don't just present themselves to you. The best ones don't. So go out there and get them. And rule number 3, if you miss, shoot again. Because whenever you shoot, you don't necessarily score on your first try or your second. Just because you miss a shot or hear a no in life doesn't mean you give up. It means you get the opportunity to get back up and try harder. It means you can shoot again. So, all of us, each one of you, in your everyday life, you're going to face situations and circumstances when you're put in a position where you're going to question yourself, where you're going to wonder, am I good enough? Should I do it? You're going to push something away and say, you know, it's not worth it. It's going to take too much effort. I'm not worth it. I just want you to think of something. Think of one thing. When you're in situations like that, ask yourself one question only. Just